Hi, everybody. It is Leanne. I'm happy to be back with you today. So, this is youth centered yoga for Refuge and community. Thank you for tuning in. We'll go ahead and get started. So, for today's class, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what is yoga. So, what even does that word mean, right? So, a good place to start. So, yoga is a word that's from a language called Sanskrit. It's not a language that people speak anymore. It was from mainly what we now call India, right? And so the word yoga means to yoke, like Yoke, and that's like the yolk of an egg, right? And so yoke means to bring things together. And so sometimes people say that yoga means union, right? So to come together. And the real purpose of yoga is to bring the physical body together in union with the breathing. So with your inhale and exhale. And that is supposed to provide some level of peace for your mind. And so when you're thinking about what is yoga, really what yoga is a moment for you to spend some time with yourself and to come into union with who you are. So that is one of the reasons I love this practice, is because it's not for or about anyone else. This isn't for me. So the time that you're spending doing the practice is for you to be empowered in who you are and to really to sense and know and get to know who you are. So as we're doing the practice, you can think about this as just a chance to come into union with yourself. Okay? I'm so happy you're here. And we're going to talk a little bit today in our class also about something called intention. So setting an intention is kind of like, when I wake up in the morning, right when I wake up, I always first try to remember my dreams. And then right after that, I set a positive intention for the day. So that doesn't mean that nothing is wrong and I don't have worries or problems or pain. It just sets this intention. It's like having a conversation with the universe to say, I would like to be involved in creating peace today, right? And to name that and state that has some sort of power, right? And so we're going to play with that in our yoga class a little bit today, this sort of intentional being. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start in one of my favorite yoga postures. This posture has two names. It's called either constructive rest or unloading pose. Today we'll call it unloading pose. Okay, so to start, you're just going to keep your knees bent, lay down on your back like this. Okay, you'll take your feet a little bit wider and then let your legs drop together. So your legs just drop together in the middle here. You're going to place one hand close to your belly and one hand close to your heart, right? So your physical, like thump, thump heart. And that's going to be kind of right in the middle of your torso. Okay. This is called unloading pose. So unloading means to, like, if you're carrying something heavy, right? I know you know what it means, but just visual is sometimes nice, right? So it's like you're carrying something heavy and you decide to put it down. So see if you can hold this posture. I'm going to move, but you stay where you are if you're comfortable. And so to unload something, right? See if you can embody that here in this moment, that if you are carrying anything that you'd like to release, then do so now. And then to come into a deeper connection or a deeper union with yourself, take a moment and notice how you feel in your physical body. So you're just going to notice sensations like, I'm tired, I'm energized, my back hurts, my shoulders feel good. Like anything at all that is a sensation in your body, notice. Now, you're not asking any of those sensations to change. You're only noticing. Then start to notice your breath. So those are the two main ingredients of this practice. So like you're cooking something in your kitchen. For this practice, we are cooking with the ingredients of the body and the breath. So notice your breathing. Feel your inhalation as it comes in like this. Exhale, let the breath go out. Inhale, the breath comes in. Exhale, the breath goes out. And so we've spent the first few minutes of class just thinking about coming into awareness with ourselves just by simply noticing ourselves more than we're noticing other things that are happening. See if you can allow the space of your mind to feel like an open sky, so that all of your thoughts that are drifting through are just like clouds coming through and then moving past. And then before we start to move, take about 3 more breaths right here. And so being still and resting and just simply breathing can be a very powerful practice all on its own. Good. And then from here, as you're ready, we're going to come into a different position, but I want to give you some options. So if you tend to have any tension in your knees or in your back, you're going to want to stay on your back for now. So I'm going to show you 2 different things that you can do next. You're either going to do child's pose on your back. So that's just pulling the knees into the chest like this. Okay, so you could stay this way, or if you want to do child's pose facing the ground, you have to sit up and then you would take your knees wide, sit back towards your heels, arms forward, and head towards the ground like this. Okay, if this feels a little bit too much, but you don't want to lay on your back, bring your forearms like this so that you're a little upright. This will make it a little easier. Good. All right. So we're going to hold here for a moment. I'm going to come out of the pose, but you stay there. And in this posture, we're going to practice setting an intention. So we'll let the group intention for today be balance. Maybe you have your own intention, something that you want to work on, something that you want to create. Some ideas are peace, harmony, love, abundance. Anything at all. Holding the posture just for another moment. Good. And then from here, as you're ready, start to come forward into a tabletop position. So wherever you are, I know we're all in different positions right now. So take your time to come into the tabletop position. Okay, just like so. All right. And then inhale, lower your spine down like so. And then exhale, lift your spine up like this. Good. And then move that way for a moment. Inhale to lower your back. And then exhale to lift your back. And then just keep going like this for a moment. Inhale, lower. This is one of my favorite things to do if I've been sitting a lot, which I think we're all doing more than we used to. Good. Keep moving this way just for a moment. Good. And then lift your spine up and then bring your spine to neutral. Nice. Okay. Walk your hands forward and curl your toes under. See if you can make yourself into an upside down V like this. Okay. So this is called downward dog in this practice. Good. We won't hold long because I know this is difficult. Especially if you're just starting out, this is very hard. So no worries if you need to stay in table pose. Good. Now walk your hands and feet together. You're going to bend your knees a whole bunch and fold over. So this is your folded mountain pose or your gentle mountain. Good. So, just like the start of class, see if you can continue focusing on your body and its sensations and your breath. So, it's almost like you're just staying with yourself as you practice. Good. Bend your knees more. Start to roll up slowly. Up, 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 up. And then roll your shoulders back and down. Okay. Now we're standing all the way up. Yay. Look at us. Okay. So we're focusing together on balance today as just kind of the postures we're going to work on. And so I want to talk a little bit about how do you balance, right? So if I'm going to ask you to balance on one foot, how do you do that? Okay, so here's some ideas. First, learn to stand in both feet, right? And bring your awareness down to your feet. Mhm. And then bring your eyes. So this is what we call our gaze in yoga. Bring your eyes to one spot in front of you that's not moving and look only at that spot. And then try to create an even balanced breath. And then just relax that. So those are sort of the fundamental pieces of balancing in yoga. And we're going to warm up for some balancing postures now. So stretch your arms above your head, reach up high. Bring your right arm over to the right and lean into a crescent moon. So this is either called half moon or crescent moon. Where I live, where you live too, where we all live, it's a full moon, but you might not watch this for a while. So it could be any phase of the moon in the day that you're in. Good. And then come up and then over to the other side. Yet today is the day after the first full moon of 2021, the wolf moon. It was very beautiful. I made moon water. Good. And then come up, reach your arms to the sky, stretch overhead. And then just open your arms. Take several breaths as you just cast your arms around yourself like you're casting a circle around your body. And then stand tall. Good job. Okay, now from here, this is a moving sun salutation. So this is a practice we do to sort of get in tune with the sun energy, but also to be like, hey, sun, you are so awesome. You give life, you bring light. We just salute you, essentially, right? So inhale, stretch your arms up, reach to the sky. This is a good practice for the morning, this one right here. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward and down over your legs. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, come up halfway. And then as you exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, come all the way up, reach arms to sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. So I feel like I just kind of went far with like having you move like that and breathe. So what I want to say is that is, again, pretty difficult to move and breathe together, like inhale, exhale. So always just ignore me if you need to leave something out. So it's always fine too to just be moving and conscious of your breath. Okay. So let's see if we can do that 2 more times. This is a standing sun salutation. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward and down. Good. Come up halfway, hands to your shins, and then fold forward over your legs. Good. Come all the way up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down. Let's try it one more time, okay? So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down over your legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folding down over your legs. Come up all the way. Reach arms to sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and pause. Nice. Okay. From here, we're going to bring those tools into action. So look at one spot that's not moving. Breathe evenly, peacefully. Move the weight into one of your feet. See if you can lift the other leg up and balance. Sometimes it helps to place your palms together, right? This sort of balanced gesture with your hands helps your body to balance too. If you're falling all over the place, that is perfect. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. Make sure you smile and laugh if you're falling out. Good. And then release. And then switch sides. Lift your other leg and balance. And, we wouldn't practice this if it weren't difficult. So it's not something you have to ever get perfect. For me, if I were doing this tomorrow, I could be falling out and having a very hard time. So it's always different. Good. And then release down. Awesome. That was really good. So now we're going to try to make it a little bit more challenging. So we'll call this kind of just like a fun pose we're going to try. This is called dancer, right? Like dancing in the street, dancer. Okay. I'm going to turn sideways for this one. So press down through one foot, lift your other foot back like this, and try to grab your foot or ankle. So this is like really hard, like hard enough. You could be putting this other hand on a wall or on a piece of furniture to help you stand up, and you could stay just like this. Or reach the opposite arm up, kick the leg back, and reach the other arm forward, dancer pose. Hold and breathe. You can try many times if you want, and then come up and release. Oh no, I looked at the screen and I lost it. Oh well. All right, so now let's switch. So you're going to kick that other leg up, try to grab it. Now, I want to show you where to be. If you can't get your foot to your hands, come over, hold the wall, and just lift the leg back like this. Okay, so it's always nice to have somewhere to practice, right? So we're going to kick that leg back, try to grab the foot, maybe other arm up. Yeah. And then press your foot into your hand, lean forward, reach the other arm forward, and breathe. Dancer pose. Come up and release. Nice. Okay. So that's all the fun standing stuff. And now we're going to chill, right? So from now to the end of class is all about stress release, relaxation, and still coming into union with yourself. So this is like you time. Okay. Come to have a seat. You can sit in a chair, on a piece of furniture, or on the ground. So I've been teaching yoga since 2005, which is before like a lot of you were born probably. So I've had a lot of time to work on sitting on the floor. This wasn't easy for me when I first started doing yoga. So please always sit in a chair or on furniture for more support. So let's bring our vibe down and start to get relaxed. Let your head come forward and down, chin towards the chest. And just take some nice deep breaths here. Good. And then slowly roll your head to the right. Move your right ear over your right shoulder. And then let your head release forward and down. Good. Let your head roll the other way. And then forward and down. So you're just going to take your time doing this, nice and slow. This is wonderful for our computer necks, helping to loosen up. This is another good one for you to do in midday if you're at school, or if you're a parent or an adult watching. If you if you do anything, right, your neck can use a little stretch, a little love. And then when you feel balanced, bring your head forward and down. And then lift your head up. If you're seated like me, switch your legs. Good. And then turn your body one way. This is our last pose before relaxation pose. And then turn the other way. Always breathing, always taking time to notice how you feel. And then turn around. For our final posture, we're going to lay down on our backs. So I just wanted to give you some options. Lay down on your back. If that's not comfortable, you could come back into that first posture we did today, unloading pose. So thighs, and really, even if you just like unloading pose more, you don't have to be uncomfortable laying flat. You could just prefer this posture, right? So feet wide, thighs dropping together, and then you could let your arms maybe come to the sides this time, palms up. So the arms are a little away from the body. You could keep your legs like this in this unloading pose shape, or you could stretch your legs out and long. So that's up to you. I'm going to sit up, but you please stay lying down. And if you're not comfortable in any way lying on your back, you could always lay on your side. You could lay on your stomach. And remember, you could also be using furniture right now, too. You could be on a couch, on your bed. So, this final part of class, again, in that language that I mentioned earlier, Sanskrit, is called Shavasana. And it's a posture where we lay still, close the eyes if that feels safe and comfortable, and then just relax in a still position. In order to choose stillness, though, we have to feel pretty comfy, right? So make sure you feel comfortable. You're going to hear quiet from my side of things for about 1 minute, and then we'll come back together to end our time together. Take a moment here and start to notice your breathing again. And then start to roll over onto your side and curl up in a little ball there. And imagine as you curl up on your side that you're planting a seed or a thought, right? What we called earlier an intention. So, really, I like to look at intentions as ways to direct my mind and my energy, but also as seeds for future. So, thinking back now to your intention that you created, or you could create an altogether new one. When you feel ready from there, come up to a seat, open your eyes, and I hope you had an experience today getting to be with yourself and to create a little bit of connection and meaningful time with yourself. So I am so happy you all joined today. Sending you all blessings and lots of peace. And I'll see you next time. Bye.